Yes, my people, this is news now coming up from the caliphate, where the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi went to salute the Fúlāñi janjaweed in their caliphate palace. You can see him moving and thinking that he has gained the ground. But one thing I want to tell our people, Ndi Igbo, Obi, since he has been campaigning this, and he has not been able to consult his kinsmen. He has not been able to consult Igbo youth. He has not been able to sit down with religious leaders in Igbo land or Southeast entirely. He has not even remembered to go and meet any. Peter Obi himself has not been able to go and visit Ohaneze Ndigbo. He has not even met anybody among his own kinsmen. He has not even spoken. He has not talking to them. He has not even organized Igbo youth. He has not even met the Southeast coordinators on a round table. This man, because what people are doing for him on the internet, the thing has grown his head. He's being so pompous, being so bluffing. He doesn't talk to people. He believes that he's leading this in majority. That's why he's being arrogant. He cannot even talk to his people. Our people say charity begins at home. No lokani si we mama we pụwa ama ka ife banyere obisi o chefuola that na onwe ife onwere ike imenwu n'ebe Fúlàñi janjaweed nọ. Ka ihe mere this man o ji wele ghara ndị nke ya anya. O nwere ihe na-eme this man. What has come over him? You know, you see, Igbo na-ekwugo sị na gbudugburu bụ igba eze n'ihi na mmadụ ka mmadụ ibi eji aba a na-arapụ isi aka agba ori ọgụ. Ka ife this man is an enemy of his own people. This Peter Obi is an hypocrite. Ka mmadụ ya esi rapụ omenala mewezie n'elu ndị oche ga-azọ ya oche nọ ndị Fúlàñi, they can make him, they can bring him down. But let's just watch and see how everything transpires at the Fúlàñi Caliphate Palace in the north. How about your krikiri or Jeme? He didn't even go with any of his kinsmen. He didn't even go with Ohaneze. Nobody from Alibo is leading him. He just went there alone, was working only with his vice running mate. Yeah? I don't understand this man, no. This man could be the enemy of his own people. It's unbelievable what we are seeing in the hand of this man. So he has not neglected Ndigbo. They feel that Fúlàñi can make him what he is. They will rig him out. Just watch. If you don't take time, but let's just watch what happened in that place now. You will see what I'm telling you. It's not a joke. This man have just finally abandoned Ndigbo. When he enter power, he will just turn his back on Igbo land. All he's focusing is Fúlàñi and Northerners. When he's being interviewed on some national television in the zoo, he said that when he comes to power, he will take all the Northerners in poverty. What happens to people in the East? Is there no poverty in the East? So his agenda is to make Northerners rich. I don't understand this man. Or Fada Mbaka abandoned make he okwuru gbasara stinginess. Abandoned now for how many months now? He has never even gone and visit Fada Mbaka or asked the Bishop Onaga who banned Fada Mbaka to forgive and let the man to continue doing his adoration ministry. Still, ọgbara nkịtị ọkwụchi ọnụ. Okay, ka ọ kwụchiri ọnụ na ebumnobi ọ bụ ka adoration ministry ka ọ dị down. They gonna run his presidential campaign election. This man is unbelievable. I can't believe this man. Also, Yahweh Catholic, Catholic priest, yeah, and then banned. Then Yabarakiti. So Kotamafu. Only Jihinila, no, only meet the Fúlàñi Caliphate. Also, when I go there with one Ohaneze person or one religious leader from the East. Just 2 days ago, Abdulsalam Abubakar was making a peace accord in Abuja. There was no Igbo person. okay, he didn't even invite any organizer person. This is Abu Salam Abubakar calling for peace accord. He didn't even call any organizer person or any Southeast politician. He went there with the Fúlāñi and the Northerners, and the only one religious person he invited was Kuka, a Catholic bishop. Why can't he invite other Christian religious leaders from Southeast and from Yoruba land? You see these people that are too crafty, so hypocritical, liars, bunch of liars, vandals, mismanaging people. You see, I pity people who give themselves wholeheartedly fighting for one Nigeria. But learn from me to your tent, O Israel. My people, if you get this message, subscribe and share it to many people, friends, and let them see what is happening. We can't just fold our hands and be allowing people to brainwash, to bewitch us to follow a vehicle that has no direction. You have to follow a moving trend that anybody that cross our way to hinder our freedom, we crush it down. Enough is enough. Look at Obi. He went all the way to north. He didn't even go with any of his brethren, not any of his religious leader. He just went on his own. Abu Salam Abubakar was making a peace accord. He went with northern Christian leaders, which is Bishop Kuka. Now no we are generally to north. Guinea men or Ndinkie. He went alone. Don't worry. Just subscribe and share this video now. I'm gonna show you. And God bless you. Thank you.
That Mr. Obi doesn't stand a chance in the 2023 election and can only hope to be a spoiler. He also said that his northern friends laughed when asked about Peter Obi's chances in 2023. Not surprisingly, his comments have generated heated discussions on social media.
Unemployment go go, corruption go go, bandits go go, Boko Haram go go, IPOB go go, beauty take over, carry me they go, Obi carry me they go to New Niger, carry me they go, Obi carry me they go to New Niger, carry us they go, Peter Obi carry us they go to New Nigeria.
Yes, my people, let's listen to this little broadcast now from Arise TV. See what this presenter will say about Obi, how the Northerners is about to mock him, how they're about to deceive him, how to make, a mockery of him in this presidential upcoming election in 2023. You will hear how they will mock him and what the presenter said concerning Obi, because this man is playing a joke. Now listen and sit back and hear what he will say. Thank you for watching. Remember to share and subscribe to your
Mr. Obi doesn't stand a chance in the 2023 election and can only hope to be a spoiler. He also said that his northern friends laughed when asked about Peter Obi's chances in 2023. Not surprisingly, his comments have generated heated discussions on social media and a rather stern and defensive reaction from Peter Obi's supporters. So what has informed Mr. Ulasi's assessment? Well, nothing like the horse's mouth, eh? For more on all that, I'm joined now in the studio by Chief Dan Ulasi himself. Lovely to see you.
Good evening.
I haven't seen you in a while, so it's jolly nice for you to take the time to come and join us. And
Thanks for inviting me.
You've earned yourself the title of one of Peter Obi's fiercest critics, which is surprising because you guys were in the same party. His supporters say you seem determined to want to bury him under a landslide of vitriol, and that's the exact words of someone. And you say you're simply analyzing what you see as the facts. Tell us more about that analysis.
Well, if I may have to start the discussion. You cannot change everything you face, but you cannot change anything without facing them.
True.
every true leader must develop some form of strategic discipline, not self-indulgence. Because going from that premise, you see that some level of political ignorance, when it's accompanied by unyielding arrogance, that is where Nigeria is today. And Peter Obi, I don't know who said it, is my fiercest enemy. 3 weeks ago...
No, he said you're his fiercest critic.
Well, I never criticized him. I made a point.
Right.
I made an analysis of a point. Because all of us attended a meeting, zonal PDP meeting at the government house in Enugu. And he was there as leader of PDP in Anambra State.
Yeah, when he was still in the PD.
When he was, that's what I mean. 2 weeks later, he called another meeting at Oka, at the Uche Kuni First Center, where he addressed us how do we prepare for the upcoming elections, that we have lost the governorship, and so how do we prepare for what is coming up? Well, I said, you are the leader. Tell us where we are going to from here. I think it was exactly 2 or 3 weeks after that. I saw him attend Atiku Abubakar's declaration. Not only did he attend, he took up the microphone to use about 4 adjectives, describing Atiku Abubakar as a great unifier, a great this, a great that. I want when campaign starts, people were asking questions. If you said that Atiku Abubakar was all this, then what are you going to be? How do you then question his integrity, respect to what you're running? So when he therefore declared, without even common telephone call to people who have been very close to him, we felt he just, this is not, it wasn't running for local government chairmanship. You're talking of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to all intents and purposes, even if you're going to be President of Nigeria of ethnic Igbo extraction, there has to be seen, you know, some level of appreciation from your people where you're coming from.
So that's your grouse.
That was my grouse. Because I don't see him just walking about with one family, the Obeze family. As if somebody, he's a very highly brilliant and talented person. If not just is he qualified, he's about the most qualified.
Yeah, but the truth is that you're in different parties.
No, now...
I mean, you're not in the Labour Party.
No, what I'm saying that he moves from ABGA.
Right.
Promised Ojukwu, the concept of making him governor for 8 years was that Chief Dumegu Ojukwu saw that Igbos had problem in this country. And he said, can we do what Yorubas did for a very long time under Awolowo? Let's put our place in one, piece. And use our 5 governors to develop our place. That was the mandate given to him. And he promised Ojukwu that he would do just that. No sooner did Ojukwu die, that he ran from ABGA into PDP. Under 6 months, he managed to put himself as vice presidential candidate of PDP. And because of that singular act of not consulting his brother governors, they had only 3.something million votes. And that was why Atiku failed. And he came out again and started organizing. As the PDP national primary was approaching, he left again without consulting anybody into Labour Party. So after looking at me, I've been state chairman of 2 national parties in Anambra. I was chairman of NRC at the June 12th election, and chairman of PDP when Ngige was governor. With due humility, all we needed from him, not just me, thousands of people, all we needed to call people to a meeting. Gentlemen, this is why I am leaving. So we now run from ABGA to PDP, PDP to Labour. Who knows where again we're going tomorrow? That is not leadership.
Right. Well, he obviously is not here, so he doesn't have a chance to respond to the things.
But what I'm saying is just fact.
No, I understand that. But what I want to focus on are the things that we can see are empirically verifiable, and those are the things that you're
coming to the question. I was coming to the question you asked.
No, I understand that. Well, let's just move on a little bit, because I want to drill down more deeply into your analysis. You don't believe that, that a vote for Peter Obi will lead the Southeast to victory. Those were your words. You don't believe that it will. So what are you calling on the region to do?
You see, what I said in my use of language, I said, if the Southeast voted massively for Peter Obi, and that vote is not translated into a national victory, it will be a vote for Tinubu. That was the English I used. I said the vote For him, it's on my television. I mean, on my what is it called? My iPod.
Yeah, well, I saw that interview as well.
I said, if the vote given to him in the Southeast is not translated into a national victory, then it will be an advantage for Tinubu. And somebody said, why? I said, because the Southeast is principally more than 70% a PDP area. So if PDP loses Southeast, Tinubu has nothing to lose. He has lost nothing. So if we voted for P2B massively, and there are no indication that in the Southeast, I mean Southwest and the North, that there will be appreciable votes coming to make him president of Nigeria, then it will be a wasted vote.
Well, let's, given
I mean, I don't know whether you understand where I'm coming from.
What
because this is why I'm talking about strategic thinking and planning. One person cannot come out and start deciding how to be president of Nigeria. In the past 1 week, I've had serious discussions with 4 governors of the Southeast. And I'm trying to tell them, this is a prominent son of our land. How do we help him? I've been calling our senators.
Well, I'm not sure the PDP would like to hear you talking about how to help.
I'm telling you, they are listening.
You're from a different party.
The two PDP
they expect you to support your
two
candidate.
PDP governors and 2 other governors who are not PDP.
Right.
Because it's becoming, I told them, it is my initiative. Because at the function P2B met me in Lagos, we held ourselves for more than 5, 6, 7 minutes. And he said, so I saw what you said. It's strategic, it's very important. I may have made mistakes, but that he was going to Europe. When he comes back, he will come to Enugu for us to sit down.
Right.
Because I said the part of the problem now is that not just that P2B is running for president. He has put in candidates in every other strategic position. People who had lost nominations or primaries in other parties have now run into Labour parties. Running under.
But isn't that what you politicians are good at doing?
No. Forget what politicians are used to doing. It now concerns him personally, because governors are not just discussing whether they will help P2B to win nomination. What happens to the other positions? Quit the various parties. Now there's a coalition of APC, PDP, and ABGA in the Southeast, because their positions are threatened. So they are now asking me a question. If we agree what you're saying, we help P2B, what happens to the other positions? And I said that was why in that interview, I asked the 5 governors of the Southeast to sit down and call P2B to explain to them, if we give you this, our vote, how are you going to use it for national victory? That's what I said in the interview.
Right.
Call the 15 senators the Southeast has, discuss with them and explain to them, this is what I will do if you give me your votes. It's not a one-man affair. It has to be discussed.
Okay, well, given this analysis, which I have to admit appears to be quite comprehensive that you've given, look ahead to the future and the period immediately following the elections. What do you see in terms of a victory for the candidates?
For the candidates, now you're now talking of the 3 main candidates.
Yeah, who do you see, where do you see the, I mean, given the analysis you've made, given your understanding of, you know, P2B and his chances, your assessment of that, the Atiku, Bola Tinubu and all the rest of it, what do you see in terms of victory for the candidates after February 2023?
It comes back again to my understanding of what I said, because for the first time in the past 25 to 30 years, the 3 major tribes now have 1 candidate each. P2B, as it were.
Yes, it's a tripodal structure, isn't it?
The tripod of Nigeria is so evident in this election. But it does appear that the other 2 tribes are cleverer. Why? President Buhari is APC in serious alliance with the Southwest. Atiku is PDP in serious alliance with the East, where P2B used an advantage to be vice presidential candidate. So now, Labour Party, who are you in alliance with? Forget the young men who are aggrieved, and righteously so, rightly so. They are ready to, because this government, I don't want to say that the government is in a mess, but the government has virtually collapsed in every aspect of management, of leadership, of governance. So this is why the young men are very, very sad. And I support them. Yeah,
but the point here, and I take on board what you're saying about the other parties having their own structures. Yes. The point is that many pundits are saying that this election is going to be a real test of whether the two main parties, the APC and the PDP, still have winning electoral appeal, or whether they have now lost the capacity to mobilize the kind of voter support. Because all the analysis suggests that this is a very modern election in the context of Nigeria that we're going to have in 2023.
You know why I'm worried?
And a different type of election.
I was telling Peter B, do you think Nigeria is ready for a change? That is the vital question.
Well, that question will be answered at the ballot box in 2023.
No. Well, I can predict to you what will happen next year.
Okay, predict. We've got 30 seconds. Go ahead and predict it. We've got 30 seconds left on the interview.
On the interview, it's only 15 minutes.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
You know, because
but just quickly, tell us what you were just going to say.
What I'm telling you that this election has to be ethnic.
It has to be, or it is going to be.
It's going to be.
Right. Okay.
Most of the Northerners will vote for Atiku. Write the date. I said this. A lot of some other votes in the North will go to Tinubu. 14 Northern governors of APC are seriously working to make sure they deliver their candidate.
Right.
And if you take any governor for granted, you must be living in a fool's paradise.
Well,
what I'm saying is that our people need to sit down and call Peter, and we sit down. A lot of things can change between now and December.
Right. Okay, well, we'll watch and see how things evolve.